So, as of September 2nd of this year, this YouTube channel, as I know and use it today, is 10 years old. In my head, years ago, I thought that if I reached this point, I would want to do something explosive and special, to celebrate. But maybe I should just stop beating around the bush. These videos have always been a hobbyist effort. Even when I have made money on YouTube, it's been crumbs. And if you look at the history of my channel, you can probably see something of an identity crisis. In 2014, I was reviewing games for the Northern Light, the student newspaper for the University of Alaska Anchorage, and I started refrigerated reviews as a way to adapt my existing reviews to video and practice my video production skills. Production values kind of scaled up from there as I started looking into collabs and larger projects like the Great Backlog Offensive or DQP's Faves, nay, the Favorite Games Project. My short-form content kind of graduated into more fully fledged video essays, and of course, I did branch out into Steam controller content with an unusually popular video, which I'd reckon is why most of you are still here. But as the years have drawn on, my content has slowed to a trickle. My last video was over a year ago, and there are a few reasons why that is. One is burnout. Making these videos takes a lot of time and effort. Each production eats up at least a weekend just for editing alone, and those weekends often leave me feeling really drained. Another is professional circumstance. In 2014, I was learning the craft and excited to put new skills to use. There were long stretches in 2016 and 2020 where I was very underemployed, and I had a lot more time to put into videos. But now, in 2024, I am a full-time employee at a media organization that I have a lot of respect for. I do this for a living. Granted, it's not about video games at work, but this is my job. And one thing I am trying to adamantly draw is a work-life boundary. As much as I love producing videos about video games, the line between producing those videos and my professional work has gotten blurry enough to have sucked out a lot of the appeal. Writing is fun. Playing and thinking about video games is fun. But I have 8 script ideas that I've written up drafts of that have remained unproduced because the moment I open Audacity to actually start the video part of the video essay, the creative well just kind of locks itself up because I'm at work again. The third reason is, to be blunt, I don't trust Google right now. I don't want unsavory ads playing over my videos. I don't want my videos to go into the generative AI machine. I'm tired of the very specific rot that Google Analytics has inflicted on my brain. I've been producing these for 10 years, and this hardly feels like the celebration I feel it deserves. Because I've done a lot with this channel that I am very proud of. I don't want to be one of those creative types who languishes in self-loathing about how their work is trash or cringe or whatever. I like my work. It doesn't consistently pull in views, but that's okay. So, what do I do about all this? Well, I was listening to an episode of the Insert Credit podcast at work featuring a bunch of video game writers and thinkers and tweeters that I respect, featuring The Verge's Ash Parrish as a guest. And when the time came for everyone to offer recommendations, she and Frank Cifaldi offered this nugget of wisdom.
I want to add to that, even non-financially, just start signing up for email newsletters that are interesting and just become a reader again, because
Yes.
and that might lead eventually to funding, but we're so fractured and just having a hard time concentrating on anything substantial these days that I think email newsletters are one of the most exciting things to come back.
There was something that you said in there, Frank, that is actually the nugget at all of this. Become a reader again.
Yeah.
Read. Actually read. Don't digest little bits on Twitter. Don't follow that saved you a click guy. Don't do that. Actually read the things that you are interested in. Absorb them. Don't get lured in by hot takes and, Twitter bites and all those kinds of things. Read the long form shit. It's still good.
That clicked with me. I'm an employee of a public media organization, and I love being an employee of a public media organization. I believe genuinely in the mission of providing consequential information and media to the public, and becoming a reader again is something I want to encourage. I think social media has done a lot of good, but I also think it would be a large societal benefit if we transitioned away from snappy social media algorithms and towards reading information more slowly and thoughtfully. So, I'm going to try something. And it may or may not work out, but again, this is a hobbyist effort. I'm not following any money, I'm just doing what I want. I think I'm going to sunset the YouTube channel and transition entirely to the written word. Writing has always been the most joyous part of the video production process for me. It's a wonderful way to organize and express my thoughts, and when it flows, it feels amazing to me. So if the other parts of production, the stuff that has become my actual professional work, is intruding on my work-life balance, perhaps this is an ideal way to preserve what I love most about the creative process at home. So, the first edition of the Super DQP Weekly is now available to subscribe to on Substack. It is free. There is no Patreon, though my Ko-fi page is still up, and if you were to offer me a tip and spread the word about the newsletter, I wouldn't complain. And I hope that if you do enjoy reading this newsletter, you'll subscribe to other newsletters, creative newsletters, journalistic newsletters. Find writers and collectives that you respect and value and support them, perhaps with money, and get back into reading and digesting media about the art form of video games. Oh, and support your local public radio and/or television stations. Yes, I'm biased. No, I don't care. You should do it. Your community is better for it, I promise you. I have no guarantee that this pivot will work out for me, but it's a pivot that excites me and fills me with creative energy. And as my YouTube channel enters its 10th year, I think that's enough of a celebration. Perhaps a decade is enough, for YouTube at least. So, to all on YouTube, I say arrivederci. If you want more Super DQP, you can subscribe to the newsletter and get it in your inbox, hopefully on a weekly basis. As I alluded to, there are video ideas that I may adapt into written pieces through this new project. I may not be done, but I am done here on YouTube. I'll never say never again, and a video may surface here and there if the energy for it comes, but for now, thank you. And I would be honored if you continued to follow me through this format change. Until then.